And hey there, it's me, Mudlink,
And Daniel.
and welcome to a very special finale of Advance Wars. Last time we attempted Rivals one time, and I already thought to myself, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing this.
He looked at it once and had a mental breakdown, so we gave
Yes, literally, like the first 25 minutes for that episode, and it's like we didn't even make it through half of the fucking map. We were just stuck in the beginning. So anyway, we decided to, for this playthrough, we're going to end it on us fighting each other on Advanced Wars by web.
Now, because it's a GBA game, you can't really set it up to play online. The DS games have had their online discontinued for a while.
Yeah, so we got.
So this is currently the only way to play Advance Wars.
Yeah, and it has. I'm guessing they have their updated CO powers for this.
It has everything updated for the second game, so that means second levels of CO powers, a few new units, but not very many. Most of them are like super expensive, so you don't really run into them much.
Yeah,
so like very slight balance tweaks. Mostly, the big thing is probably that I'm not actually sure what changed between 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure it's nothing because this entire thing is based on the sequel.
Yeah, I mean, isn't there like changed CO powers in the sequel for old units?
Oh yeah, there is change. For example, Max gets completely neutered from 50% boost to 20% boost.
Oh, poopy.
He's still my favorite character, so I'm playing as him. Lips.
All right, that's fine by me. And then
Stern, for whatever reason, got buffed.
So now he's banned. Yeah.
Yeah, so now he's banned.
Same for Grit and Con, but you can play as Nell, so that's a funny. In the original, you can play as Nell if you unlocked her or something.
Nell was like the hardest to unlock in the first game, and in the second game, it was Stern that was the hardest to unlock.
Yeah.
I believe in order to get Nell, you have to S rank the campaign. In one, and in the second one, you have to A rank it.
Yeah. Let's see. I know Andy's also changed in the sequel, right? Yeah.
Which character?
Andy.
Oh yeah, he has a super power. His second power is like super powerful, so now he's actually decent.
Okay.
Basically, it's 5 hit points instead of 2, plus a movement buff, plus an attack buff. So basically, yeah, it's just very good.
Yeah, I think I'll be Andy for this. Give him some redemption. All right, join the game.
Alright, I'm just gonna reload and see if he joined. Okay, just hit ready, and then we'll start.
Yeah.
Have you readied up yet?
Oh yeah, okay. There you go. It's kind of small the screen, but yeah, you guys can see it.
You can actually increase it, so you just hit zoom in, and you should keep it at 2 times.
There you go. I should be hiding my cursor. Why is it? Oh, I can't do that for this, so that's fine.
If you want to keep track of what I'm doing for my turn, you might have to reload constantly, but otherwise it'll update randomly, so... The only major thing that I need to update you on is these comm towers. You see the things that look like they have sirens on them?
Yeah, I see them, yeah.
This is a thing added in Dual Strike. Basically, if you get them, it gives all your units a plus 10% buff to attack power. So ideally, you want control of them. They don't give you money, only the 10% buff.
Okay. This is a weird map. And Andy's a weird color, I guess, because,
You picked, I believe, the
Acid Rain.
I'm pretty sure you picked the US Army instead of Orc Star.
Yeah.
On top of the original 5 factions, they added like a ton more. Mostly to allow for, I believe, 12-player multiplayer. But nobody actually builds maps that are large enough for that, so...
That sounds fucking hectic.
I've never tried it, but I definitely want to. Alright, your turn.
Alright, is it...
Make sure to reload when to show, and allow me to introduce you to the Penguin Soldiers, the Penguin Army. Noob, motherfucker.
Okay, this is... how long ago was this made? Like...
I believe it, this game, it's been. If I look at the change log, the earliest change is back in 2017.
Well.
But I know for a fact that it's been up since 2012.
Okay, I can understand it with how this is. Yeah, that's it for my turn. So.
Put it in perspective how long it's been since an Advance Wars game. This is the most up to date version.
Oh, there was another factory. I didn't even realize after I moved. That's fine. You know, I'd play a song in the background just for this, but I'm afraid of what's gonna happen.
You mean copyright strike?
Yes. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, surely there are some copyright-free music you can put in the background, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I could possibly, but like, I don't know if an Advance Wars song will like really matter. Oh no! Now people will know what I watch. Oh no! I watch Alpha Red. Oh no!
I currently have like a dozen tabs open, and so at least they can't see my screen.
I'll play a song from Advance Wars, whatever. No, they also know I watch.
Alright, my turn.
Yeah, you didn't even realize this whole time. Said.
You didn't tell me, but I wasn't sure.
I
have to update it.
Songs are a minute long. Never mind. I just won't play music or something.
And let's move this a little closer to. Alrighty then, your turn.
Alright, so capture that building. Capture this one, and then where does it say where my money is?
Under income and funds.
Okay, 4,000. Okay, yeah. So really can't.
Your funds is 5,000.
No, okay. Well. Slow. Start of this is kind of slow, but eventually it's gonna.
It's gonna pick up. Don't worry.
I'm probably gonna lose.
We'll probably make this multiple episodes even.
I mean, probably not. I mean, I don't know. Probably not. It's probably just gonna end up not being all too long. Because I suck dick at this.
Right, then my turn. And enter.
Alright. I guess like while we're busy like just doing all this shit, let's talk about like things, I guess. What kind of things been happening? Like
I've been trying to sign up for orientation for university.
oh well,
Every
school.
time I try to, they move the date back.
No, that sounds annoying.
Like not for the actual orientation, just for the sign-ups. It's ridiculous.
It's a good thing for me, at least, that I'll be starting school back up in next month. So, I mean, by the time this goes up, I'll probably be in school. No, I definitely will be in school. So, actually, I'll just move you back here. No, I'm never gonna not be moving you. So, end turn. There you go.
See then.
This year is just weird. There's so many fucking terrible things that happened this year, you know?
Indeed.
Everything's just been bad.
Grandparents falling like flies.
Yeah. I
already lost two of mine. You said your grandmother was sick too.
She's fine now. It was just a one day. I guess it was like the side effects of the medicine. It just hit her like very hard that one day, but now she's perfectly fine.
Oh.
Yeah. It worried me. It definitely worried me, but no, it was just that one time.
All right, your turn.
See, I'm gonna build a mech here, and then.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh, right. I'm talking to myself. Right. Sorry.
I mean, I didn't even hear you sneeze, so I don't know.
Power of Christ compels you.
Yeah. I can build a tank already. Now in turn. Oh, there's even a damage calculator in this. It's like fucking Pokemon Showdown.
There's a damage calculator in Showdown?
Yeah, well, yeah. You have to, like, it's a separate tab thing you have to open up. But, like, yeah, you can open up a damage calculator. That's what people use.
I figured a Pokemon damage calculator would be a little more difficult to use than an Advanced Wars one. Because Advanced Wars is just a few tables.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of things you have to put in for the Pokemon one, but it's very accurate. It shows you the min damage, the max damage, you know, how much damage you do if it's a crit between the min and max damage.
Does it show you crit? Does it show you crit chance?
Crit chance for almost every move is the exact same, anyways. It's just like the higher ones. I don't remember exactly the rate for higher crits, but it's the same for like most moves.
Okay, your turn.
Ye doggy.
And you say I'm old. Who the hell says ye doggy?
I do, I guess. Okay. Keep on capturing. Early game, this is all I do, but at least I have this tank here that can just... Oh, you have a tank too.
I saw you build one and I built one myself.
Nice. Alright, well. Let's see, and then just... I have 7,000 funds right now. I'm gonna build... Yeah, recon, sure. And then... I'll build another infantry and then end my turn. There you go.
Alrighty then. Let's go.
I think I know of a good way to get by the whole copyright thing. Hang on.
Alright, what's your turn?
Alright, yeah. Sorry about that. Something happened. Yeah, Daniel already did his turn, so I gotta refresh.
Penguin Army is coming to kill you.
That's fine.
All hail Pengu, our Lord and Savior.
No.
Newt.
This airport here. So I was thinking, why am I building another Navy thing? I'm like, oh no, I'm not a fucking moron. Alright, I have 10,000, so I'm gonna build an artillery. No, I'm gonna build a recon, and then I'm gonna build a tank. I can't. So, build an infantry. There you go. End my turn.
Alrighty then. My turn.
Okay. It's starting to pick up a bit. Not really.
Does stuff fit you?
Yeah. Okay, I'm pausing. There you go. Sorry about that again. Did you finish your turn?
Yes, I did. Your turn.
Alright. Oh, okay.
When armies realize it is coming for you.
There you go. Alright, so... Oh, okay. Well... And then... yeah, I can take having one of my recons go down for a bit. Just to lower your health a tiny bit. 160. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna build a fucking medium tank right there.
Alrighty then, from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
To have a bit of time to wait for it to come. Let's see. Check move. It'll take 2 turns.
What's the thing next to that building there? Is it like another capturable thing?
Which building?
Like, like there's a building like right here above my HQ, and there's another like map of land on top of it.
Oh, yeah, those are what we like to call empty silos.
Okay.
Normally, in the second game, they introduced missile silos, which you could launch in order to drop nukes onto the enemy, dealing 30% non-lethal AoE damage.
Oh, nice.
In this game, though, you could also set them to be empty, so you can use the tiles that they remain as star defense tiles that do not cannot be captured for income.
Alright, end turn. You know, if I were like with Xavier, I'd probably talk about like the shitty take.
You're talking about the JoJo thing, right?
Yeah, the basement order, as you call it, from the anime Pope. I'm not even joking. He actually fucking once called himself that, without any hint.
Yeah, I know he did that for a bit, so I thought it was funny.
Oh, with how his actions are, it's definitely not a bit in his mind. He's that much of a fucking egomaniac. And then he decides to be like, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna make this list for, you know, new JoJo fans to get into this series. And it's like, the people start criticizing him for it. It's like, yeah, no. Part 4, being the first part you watch, is a terrible idea. Because then you're literally just gonna be like, oh, like, what the fuck's the significance of this arrow thing? Who the fuck is Dio? Who the fuck is Enyaba? Why? Like, and then you're gonna think like, oh yeah, Jotaro has his fucking time stop powers, but then when you eventually reach part 3, you're gonna be like, why isn't Jotaro using his time stop powers? Even though it's only...
I'm pretty sure it's perfectly fine in the intent. I understand that there are some things that could, some shows or series that could be watched out of order.
JoJo's no. Like,
JoJo's not one of them.
I can understand maybe like skimming a bit through part 1, at the very least part 1. Even though it's only 9 episodes, I can at least understand skimming a bit through part 1. But like this, no. At this point, like, he tries to call it, oh, it's gatekeeping, you know, it's like, no, it's literally like...
Because there are so... If you do it out of order...
You're going to be confused about a lot of things.
There will be too many plot holes. Like, for example...
Yeah, and then you get more of these retarded people that are like...
For example, you go from 4 to...
Yeah, and you're like...
Starting with 4, but jumping immediately to 2 But is introduced out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's self-contained to parts 1 and 2. So if you don't watch them one after the other or one before the other, then there's a problem. Because the rest of the show is stands.
Yeah, and then like part 1, like randomly in between when you're watching part 3, and it's like, what the fuck is up with this? This is actually just stupid. And he's gonna try to be like, oh, it's gatekeeping. Oh, did you finish your turn?
I ended my turn, yes.
Oh yeah. Well, like if you're trying to claim, oh, it's gatekeeping, it's like, no fucking is. Don't try it and be like that. Don't try to have that stupid ass. It's just it's a stupid kind of argument right there. It's not gatekeeping. If gatekeeping is literally just being like, hey, if you can't really watch a show in order and you want to continue watching everything, I just say, hey, the show isn't for you. It's understandable. I can understand if you don't want to watch the show. If it's too slow for you, But there's plenty of other shows out there, You can watch those. It's perfectly fine.
Fine for him to have this like hot take. I don't understand the logic by like, how do you get more enjoyment from watching things out of order? Normally, when a show or anything is out of order, there's usually like a fine art to it, or there's specific reasons why it's out of order.
Yeah, it's not JoJo's isn't some fucking Quentin Tarantino film, Like it's linear. It's a fairly linear story.
Sort of argue if you watch part 7 and 8, like at the beginning, or you read 7 and 8 before because they take place in an alternate universe.
But at the same time, there's some things that are going to be less impactful because there are references to like the other universe stuff in it. And it's just cool to see how much that dynamic changes, There's definitely
really? I could have sworn it was just alternate universe Diego has the world.
Yeah, but it's still like a thing that you're like, oh, there's a lot more significance for that. Or, for example, in part 8 with when Kira shows up, there's a lot of setup here making you think.
Oh, right. In part 8, yeah, they set up the fact that there's a new serial killer around, and then when Kira shows up, everyone assumes, oh, it's obviously Kira because he was a villain in part 4, and then no, he's not.
He has like all the hand models, and then you end up figuring out, oh no, he's an art student. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you're going to need to watch part 4 to at least like...
Doesn't Killer Queen even have a different ability in part 8?
I remember it having, it has some of the same abilities, but there's also new ways of using it. I don't remember off the top of my head because I didn't watch that much. I didn't read that much of JoJolion. I want to get back into it since I've been starting to get back into manga thanks to like Vagabond.
Okay, so sort of spoilers for part 8, but like... I was hearing on YouTube that there was like a bunch of stuff going on that they revealed something really weird in part 8.
There's a lot of weird shit in part 8.
I know, but like supposedly they brought back Dio for some reason.
I didn't hear about that. Also, you can't move back units that you accidentally move forward.
What?
I moved a unit forward by accident just to see damage, but like I didn't. Well,
I'm pretty sure you can go back on it unless if you move a unit forward.
Yeah, it's not actually. Oh, hang on. No replay. No, I don't think it would be that. I'm too afraid to click replay. Fuck it. This infantry unit's gonna die. There we go.
Just gonna reload so I can see what you're talking about. And seems like a normal move to me. I don't see the problem.
No, like, well, I mean, I was accidentally did it, but like.
Oh. Well, continue.
Okay, so. Yeah, like overall, just if you're gonna like, if you're having a hard time with JoJo's, if you don't really need to watch it, it's just fine. It's completely fine,
Yes. It's fine to not like something.
Yeah, it's fine to not want. It's fine to not consume something.
That something that everyone enjoys one way should be enjoyed in a completely different way.
Yeah,
like for example, the reason that these orders exist is mostly because of Star Wars. But for Star Wars, half of the movies were released before the sequel trilogy at Disney, which was a while, like there was a huge gap in between them.
Yeah, even
half
then,
of them were prequels.
Yeah, and even then, it's actually a really terrible idea to watch the prequels first too. Because Because there's still a lot of references for like the original trilogy, and it's a lot less like there's a lot less impact in it when oh fuck, whatever. Let's wait with this guy. There's a lot less impact with certain scenes, and like the entire time. And when you get to the original trilogy, after you watch the prequels, you don't really give a shit about Anakin as Darth Vader. You know, you already know the twist. So like you can't do this. They call it a machete, the machete order, where like you just cut up like which parts of it you see, and it's like it's a horrible idea. Don't unless like video games are a very different story when it comes to this kind of thing. Video games, for the most part, you can do that. But if there's like a narrative to it and they like each follow each other, then you can't really play the games out of order. Like for example, I can say, hey, you can play like the Devil May Cry games out of order. That's completely fine. If you want to completely avoid 2, go right ahead. That's for the best.
2 has like no outstanding impact in the
game. Literally not. There's literally nothing. There was this like little movie thing in DMC5 where like it goes over the story of each games and they practically gloss over.
Oh yeah, I remember even Dream Drop Distance Kingdom Hearts had that. I remember all the Kingdom Hearts lore from the.
Yeah, but it's really hard to go. I mean, I don't know. There's like I can just say, hey, don't go in any order for this shit. Because can I not fucking move this unit? What?
Which one?
It's recon. It's not letting me move it.
It says you've already. It says you've already moved it.
I did? Okay, well. Never. I already moved everything else. So end turn. It's not really too good of a turn for me. I captured.
Right then, my turn.
Good amount of shit.
Move this forward.
And then he's gonna then his mother's basement's gonna be the kind of person to be like, all these people are being disingenuous. No, they're not. They're literally showing you, hey, you know, this entire idea of this out of order thing is completely wrong. You know, it's not like you can call it gatekeeping, whatever. If you're gonna call it that, then I'm completely fine with it. You know, gatekeep. I'm of the mind that gatekeeping is fine for specific circumstances. Like for example, Avatar.
What exactly does gatekeeping mean? I never
understood like making people that are like outside of the community not be able to go in. Pretty much being like, you know, for kind of specific kinds of people who are like, nope, sorry, get the fuck out of here. I
don't see any reason why you shouldn't be open to it.
There's specific circumstances that like
throw them out.
I'd say there's very specific circumstances that would need to be in place for you to be able to do that. For example, Avatar. There's a lot of discourse with people, and the writers themselves for like let's say the Legend of Korra practically, you know, killed every single thing that made the Avatar what it is. And like fans of Korra like relish in that fact. A lot of fans of Korra relish in that fact, you know? So we're like, yeah, fuck you. We don't care about you. Get the hell out of our community, you know? And then with Avatar coming to Netflix, more problems started to arise with more people like this.
Like
the original, yeah.
The original show was on Netflix, or?
Yeah, the original show came to Netflix. The Korra is coming to Netflix too soon.
Oh, even season 4, because I never saw season 4.
Don't even bother.
I go back to watch it.
Don't even bother with Korra.
I thought it was fine. I didn't see it. I know it wasn't as good, but it's certainly fine.
There's a lot of problems I have with it. I can make an entire video on it, but it's been butchered. It's been like the dead horse has been like beaten so goddamn hard. You know, like I don't think I need to make a video about it, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of issues that I have with the Legend of Korra. And a lot of it has to do with, the original writers kind of just shitting on everything that, like, all the legacy of the original, even retconning a lot of things. And adding in, like, stupid things that just, like, they're just, like, there for the sake of it. Like, for example, they're like, oh, Avatar Kyoshi, oh, she's gay. It's like, okay. And then they try to establish, like, the Earth Kingdom is all about, you know, no kind of romance or anything against gays, and it's like she started the fucking Dai Li, the police of the Earth Kingdom's capital, and you're gonna say she's gay? Okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense now. And then there's just the ending of season 4, where they're like they try their best to justify why they're like, oh, it's canon, you guys can't say anything because it's canon. It's like, I don't give a shit. What the fuck? Was I not able to fucking let me fire on this thing? There we go. And just like, yeah, I don't care if it's canon. It's a fucking garbage pairing. They literally talk to each other like what, 6 times throughout the entire show? Oh, I can't capture this. Oh, I thought I could. And yeah, it's not a good pairing at all. And when people try to point it out, they're either called bigots or they're like, oh, it's canon, you can't say anything about it. And I'm like, fuck off. I don't care if it's canon. I can just say, hey, it's a garbage pairing. Who cares if it's canon? Yeah. Another case is for gatekeeping. This, where people are trying to be like, they watch, because like with JoJo's fans, there's a lot of people that like try to skim through parts and then claim that the writer is like, oh, there's plot holes everywhere in this, and they're like, don't even pay attention. Like the amount of fucking people that are like, oh, Araki forgot the walleyes, and it's like, no, like I'm just walleyes is from part 8. It's basically like, yeah, there's a lot of things behind it. I'm not going to explain it, but just if you ever get the chance to read JoJolion, you'll understand the frustration that people have. Especially, I mean, there's a lot of frustration that people have when it comes to like the whole thing about Araki forgots. Like, sure, there's definitely some there. Like, there's these tiny horses that show up in part 7 for like one scene, and then nothing ever is explained about why the fuck there's tiny horses here. Dio being in the casket in part 3, that retcons the ending of part 1, and some mistakes like anime only ones.
You're saying that anime that he forgot about the casket thing, or
pretty much, yeah. Because like, I mean, it's a joke like, oh, he has bad memory or whatever. That's what they call it. But like, I mean, I can definitely see it more as a retcon, because originally the ending of part 1, Arena got into the casket. So how the fuck did Dio get in? And if there's a secret compartment, how the fuck did he get in the secret compartment without her noticing? Because she was like inside of it. So yeah, and there's also those different ones that are like anime only, like the one of the boom boxes in the torture dance. Originally, Naranchia's like got like one of Mista's got soda spilled all over it. Then it shows up in the torture dance, but it's only in the anime.
Oh.
Yeah, there's an anime only mistakes. That does happen too, and it gets people confused. Anyway, and my turn.
Oh, I know. Also, in the anime, there was one part where, I think in the Man of the Mirror fight, where
Illuso touches.
Illuso grabs his
Moody Blues. Yeah.
Blues.
Yeah, and it's like it was an anime only thing, because in the manga it was like opposite side, Moody Blues. Yeah, it's free. Oh, I forget the build units. That's fine. Next turn. I have a lot of money. So, yeah, moral of the story. Don't try to watch a show that's linear out of order. It's going to lead to confusion. And when it comes to a fan base like JoJo's that almost prides itself on its like ignorance when it comes to certain things that Araki writes, yeah, I don't want any more to be added to it. Call it gatekeeping. I don't fucking give a shit. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with gatekeeping in this situation. If people are gonna start acting like this, they're gonna start doing this kind of shit. Fine,
Generally, I think you shouldn't gatekeep. When people voice stupid opinions, you gotta tell them they're stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, the core example I'm not sure about, because I understand. Oh, they can't exactly make the argument that just because it's canon, it's good. But it does say that just because it's kind of that doesn't mean you should ignore it completely either.
I mean,
if anything, I'd say this is an example of a mistake.
yeah, like the core Asami ship, that's a mistake. It's like it's like you try to look back and be like, okay, how much chemistry is really between the two, and you'll find nothing.
I mean, they're friends, but that's kind of it.
They're friends reluctantly because, like, I mean, I wouldn't even be friends with her if in that kind of situation, considering all the time she's like, oh yeah, I literally cheated. And she openly, like, admits to Asami, like, oh yeah, I made out with your boyfriend. I can't even, I just can't even imagine. The fucking dude in that show, like, not only does, like, that one of the dudes, he literally looks like a background character. His name's Mako. He looks like a fucking background character.
He looks like a background character.
Honestly, yeah. And even more, I'm like, you're literally going to attribute the dude who ends up getting cucked right at the end to the voice actor of Iroh. That's kind of sad.
Wait, what about the voice actor of Iroh?
Yeah, the voice actor of Iroh, Mako, that's his name.
Oh.
You know, dude who also plays Aku.
Oh, he plays Aku?
Yeah, he died, like, I think it's actually been a decade.
I remember the song from Tales of Blossom Say, don't remind me.
Oh, yeah. You know, if there's something you can at least watch somewhat out of order, it's the Tales of Ba Sing Se, because I mean it was out of order. But I'll tell you, for the best like part of it, just watch the Tales of Iroh's part last. It's weird that they made that one the second tale. I'm like, I would have saved it for last.
What are you talking about? Iroh's tale was the last one.
No, it was the second one. When it came to the airing, it was the second one they showed. The first one was the Katara and Toph one, and then it was Iroh.
I'm not okay,
yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I distinctly remember.
No, I watched the show. It's been like 3 months. 3 months ago, I watched the show. I remember.
Okay, but I don't know, because when I was a kid, I distinctly remember whenever I saw that episode, Iroh's was last. It was immediately after Zuko's.
No, if I remember correctly, Zuko's is last. Zuko's is last in the normal airing. It goes Katara, Toph, then Iroh, then it's Aang, then it's Sokka, and then it's Zuko.
And it wasn't there one with Momo, or am I hallucinating?
Oh yeah, no, there was one with Momo. I can't remember where that one is, but somewhere in between, like in the middle, probably. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's been your turn. I told you.
Oh, it's not. I ended my turn. It's your turn.
Oh yeah, I forgot to refresh. Whoopsie. Anyway, Alright, so
okay, but then what kind of games would you play out of order?
Well, games that are not really like consistent, not really, games that are not really like have any continuity. Like for example, Shantae, for a good example of this. And every like with the exception of Pirate's Curse, you can play any of them in any order you want.
What makes Pirate's Curse different?
Well, because at the end of Risky's Revenge, her genie powers get taken away. So.
Oh, so it's the direct follow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, yeah, you can watch. You can play any other one you want. I would just say, don't play the original game.
The original was on like Game Boy Color, right?
Yeah, and it sucks ass.
I mean, yeah, it's a Game Boy Color game. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen most Game Boy games, but they're not very good.
No, there's been good Game Boy. There's been good Game Boy Color games. Come on, the Mario Tennis games and the Metal Gear Solid games that are on Game Boy Color, they're fantastic.
I mean, correct. And don't forget the Zelda games on there. Besides those, I can't think of any good examples. Besides Pokemon, maybe Mario Land and Wario Land, Tetris. And a lot of them are like also derivative of like console versions. For example, the Mario Tennis ones. I'm pretty sure most people can agree that the Mario Tennis games on N64 is better than the one on Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like,
Power Tetris is better than the one on Advance.
Yeah, but they're still good. Like they're still good games on even for Game Boy Color. It's just there's obviously superior ones to them.
Build. I think that's part of why you have Zero games didn't sell, like, because with GP Legend and Climax, which were the last two, released after GX, and GX is like considered the magnum opus, which I agree with because I own GX and I've played it a bunch.
Let's see.
So then they go back to the Game Boy Advance for the next two.
Yeah.
I guess it's a tie-in with the anime, which was also a weird decision.
I mean, hey, the anime is awesome. So
I've heard it's decent, but like of all your properties that you should probably make an anime of, you go with one of the niche ones, like F-Zero.
well, I mean, hey, okay, end my turn. It came with something cool at least, so.
Yeah, GP Legend is awesome. IMAX is awesome.
And the anime itself is awesome. That's that fucking amazing song in the final episode, and that amazing moment.
Oh yeah, what I like to call the Atomic Falcon Punch.
Yeah. What are you watching in? Falcon Punch!
They should just final smash to that.
Yeah, it should have just been, you know.
Actually, would they like run into like copyright issues with the guys who made the anime because of it?
I don't even think that studio is still. I don't even think that studio is in business anymore. And even then, I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be any problems on Nintendo's side.
It just needs to make a new F-Zero. Oh wait.
Yeah. You hate to see it happen.
I mean, I remember an interview with Miyamoto saying, like, what would you even want us to add in a new game? And
I mean,
that poses a decent question. Like, besides new tracks, what really could you add?
I mean, you can experiment. If you ran out of things that to put into like a normal game, experiment with something. You know, remember how like GX is like that like more of like a grandiose story. You know, has all those cutscenes and all that shit.
But GX has a story mode, yes. I wouldn't call it grandiose, but yes, it has a story mode, and it definitely is fun.
You can do like another kind of story mode thing. You can make it like a bigger
Legend
thing.
Also has a story mode, which I also liked, even though that one is sort. I'm not sure if you've played GP Legend, but it's weird.
I haven't played the GBA ones. Like, I just know they exist, and I have them on VBA. So I'm gonna probably play them one day.
I'm just gonna move downstairs because my parents are telling me I'm too loud. Okay, so basically that game has a story mode. Split into 8 sections.
Alright, so like different characters you can play as for the stories? Or just like Captain Falcon?
It's each section is a character and they have like 3 to 5 stages.
Okay.
The thing is that a lot of them, because it overlaps with like the first part of the anime. The thing is that a lot of these characters have like completely overlapping stories.
Okay.
Like, for example, Jack Levin, his entire plot, like, it's all retreads of parts of other character stories.
Uh-huh.
And from their perspectives are more important because it's their character arcs.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why Jack has a story in his.
That's weird, but hey, you know. Oh, that reminds me of Pokemon Conquest when it comes to that. The extra story modes. What?
Heard good things of the game.
It's a good game. It's a good game. But post-game stuff, fucking forget about it. Do you want to go through like over 50 different story modes?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
What?
Yeah, there's over 50 different story modes. Pretty much like you can play as every single warlord and even like some minor characters. They all have their own campaign and they're all about decent length. Actually, yeah, it's like it's almost like
concept that sounds nice, but like
that's too much. Yeah.
Oh, and just so you know, the bar at the bottom is your CO meter.
I know.
So,
I know I can activate the first level already.
Yeah, so just click the star when you want to activate first level.
Oh, that's my turn. Oh, whoops.
When I'm thinking of new stuff to add to F-Zero, the problem with experimenting is that the whole series prides itself of being like super hardcore and super tight. Experimentation is kind of hard to do without potentially compromising the entire game.
I would say like experimenting in different kind of ways. Like try the best to keep like the core of it. I mean, like Mario Kart is still able to like add in all these like new kinds of game modes and still keep like the core of it. So you can like, there can easily be some workarounds. You just gotta find
what
a way.
I'd say for F-Zero, you probably need like a new version of a story mode that's maybe like a little bit longer. Maybe the ability to play as different characters in story mode. Bringing basically every feature back, because another weird thing with the F-Zero games is that X and Climax have track editors. But Climax is Japan exclusive, and in order to use the one in X, you have to have the Disk Drive expansion, which is also Japan exclusive. So technically, outside of Japan, there's never been a track editor. With, like online being available, it would just make sense to have one that has a track editor.
And plus, online for racing for F-Zero game, online racing games.
Online, in theory, that's correct. But the thing is that Nintendo's online is terrible. Like,
yes, I know.
Mario Kart is actually pretty good for its online. Seemingly, it has like a bit of rollback. Because I know what you could. I've seen carts like teleport around sometimes.
Yeah.
But so Mario Kart seemingly has rollback, which is good. But F-Zero will now you have almost 3 times as many racers as Mario Kart.
Yeah, I mean, there could be something good with it. Could be something not. They just decided not to do anything with it.
The impacts, unlike in Mario Kart,
like,
combat is based on like direct contact. Makes it a little more iffy because, like, in Mario Kart, I hit the shell, but it didn't actually hit him, so that's okay. But in this one, you actually have to like slam into the dude. So if you slam into the dude and nothing happens, or you get slammed out of nowhere by an invisible target because either you or the opponent is lagging. Yeah.
I mean, something could work with it, something couldn't. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Nintendo doesn't care about F-Zero, so whatever. It's your turn, by the way.
Oh, you popped normal power. Cool. Let's see here.
Overall, I'm just like, whatever, Nintendo, there's a lot of old franchises that they have, they can easily take advantage of, and then, people ask for all sorts of games for these franchises all the time. I just be like, hey, why not do something for them? Because it's fucking money that people are telling you, hey, I want to give you money. Just bring back this. Bring back this.
One reason I could potentially give is that the fact that they're only so big, and since they already have a bunch of other projects lined up, they need to make sure they have enough staff on hand to do any given project. So, for example,
nowadays they don't even have a fucking lineup.
A new Mario, a new Zelda, and Metroid Prime, Xenoblade.
Well, with Metroid Prime, it's more of a problem. It's more of a problem with them right now because Retro Studios is going through a lot of different mismanagement. Because only now do they have an actual director for this stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's a little weird.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why it's going through development now, because they're very mismanaged. But I think it's more so them. I don't know if it's them or Nintendo. I can probably see it being as Retro Studios.
No, it seems more like a Retro Studios thing, because they have horrible retention, from what I've heard. Like, a lot of the people that worked on the original Prime games aren't even there anymore. Same with the Donkey Kong Country games. They bring in and bring out people very frequently. Got a decent amount of talent on the team, so it seems a little weird. Sounds like mismanagement, if you ask me.
Yeah.
That, or they, because, like, originally it was just main Nintendo that was working on it, and then they dropped it to Retro Studios when it wasn't working out.
Yeah, and then Retro Studios is kind of just, like, doing their own thing or whatever. It's kind of just weird. It's, like, Metroid is kind of just really, like, disorganized with this kind of stuff. I mean, one thing I can understand for like certain franchises not coming back is like Mother, because Shigesato Itoi is like, yeah, no, this Mother 3 was meant to be the end. I'm not making any more. But I mean, I can just say, hey, have it be ported over.
I mean, artistic vision. Yeah, I understand if the artistic vision that this is supposed to be the end.
Yeah, so I'm completely fine with Mother being gone.
Finite, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Although there's a lot of different franchises that could have been successful, but then Nintendo decides to fuck it over. Looking at Chibi Robo.
Still, what they did at Chibi Robo was criminal, but I'm pretty sure that's because they just didn't have faith in it at all.
It's just sad to see, They're like, oh yeah, Skip worked on so many things with us, so many peripherals and all that made the Wii fucking successful, it made other Nintendo consoles successful, and then when they try making games, it's like, oh yeah, let's not fucking advertise it.
It's Japan exclusive.
Yeah, all these Japan exclusives.
When their games are Japan exclusive, it means that their sales teams are telling them this will not sell in America. Yeah,
like the first two things that happen with it, they're like, oh yeah, sell Chibi Robo at the end of a dead console's lifespan, and yeah, it's told. I wonder why we're not getting any fucking money for this. And then for the second game, they decided to fuck it up, which is, I don't understand how you could do it. It was a DS game, early in its prime, early in the console's prime, but then decided to be like Walmart exclusive. Because they thought, oh, we're going to have a warehouse full of this stuff if we make it to all these other stores, so let's just have it be at one store, and nobody's going to fucking buy it. And then when it had another chance of success with the Wii Play stuff, they decided to be like, oh yeah, this is the only Wii Play game that's not going to be outside of Japan. Then another DS game not outside of Japan. Photo Finder, 2 years too late for an IR things on the 3DS. AR, sure. Whatever.
Also, your turn.
Okay, refresh. It's kind of really just sad to see all this happen. I'm just like, man, you really didn't give a shit about this franchise. And then you decide to be like, oh, look, Chibi Robo Ziplash, which I fucking bought. Because I'm like, hey, I want to give a chance to these people. I want them to fucking succeed. Like, give some life to Chibi Robo. I regret buying it. I fucking regret buying it.
I'm pretty sure that the dev team is actually bankrupt. They've been trying to hide it, but a lot of people, the website doesn't work. First, one of the main directors no longer has them in their references.
Jesus.
So supposedly Skip is either going or is bankrupt. With Alpha Dream, we got an announcement that they're going bankrupt, meaning they're trying to do something to keep the business together even after that. But Skip, it sounds like they just gave up and never bothered to announce that they're bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's a little weird that Alpha Dream is bankrupt, though. I know that the 3DS remakes didn't sell very well.
That's why.
But they didn't also look like they took very much development time or resources, because they're reusing
the sales were actually that bad enough where they weren't getting any money for it. Basically getting fuck all for making those two games on two consoles that are that outlived their life. And then there was Paper Jam that I don't remember selling all that well.
I mean, Paper Jam I know was slightly lower. It's considered the worst out of the 5, but I still think it's a pretty good game, and it makes some pretty big quality of life adjustments that I
will say, good game, but not a good Mario and Luigi game. That's the biggest thing.
Like I said, worst in a series, still a good game.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a better fate than Paper Mario, but
I don't know. I really liked Origami King.
You have to deal with beforehand, as well as the developers and Miyamoto and all that.
Oh yeah, that is just criminal. I'm hoping they change their minds eventually, because I don't understand how they expect to not deal with this backlash.
You want to know why? Because Nintendo is very tone deaf, especially Miyamoto. That's one of the biggest problems with him. He doesn't get what the issues he has with the games are, He doesn't get it. That's probably the biggest problem with him. He doesn't understand. He does understand, and he's being an asshole about it, like he did with Pikmin 4.
Was with Rebel with Pikmin 4?
Remember how he keeps on being like, "Oh, it's coming out. Oh, it's coming out." Even after, Hey Pikmin came out, he was still like, "Pikmin 4 is gonna be a thing." At this point, people know he's fucking with people.
I have a feeling that whatever plans he had for Pikmin 4 have been converted into the prologue and epilogue for Pikmin 3.
I'm doubting it.
That or it's also going through development hell, and he's just trolling us. Because
No, I think with Pikmin 4, it's trolling us. You know how many fucking years he's been teasing it?
while I know.
Yeah, at this point, I think
Is it my turn? It looks like you're almost done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm done. Hang on, end turn now. Not much I could do right here.
Okay then.
Yeah, it's like, out of principle, I'm not gonna buy Origami King with all the stuff that happened to it. I don't really care if it's a good game. And yeah, with Paper Mario, I know it's never gonna change. They're not really gonna. They're gonna be like, you know what, whatever. We're gonna keep on sticking with Sticker Stars gameplay or whatever. And I'm just like, you could have easily just done something. If you want to still copy gameplay, like gameplay mechanics and gameplay gimmicks and all that, just fucking go the Super Paper Mario route. People like that game.
People actually like Super Paper Mario. I definitely want to try it. I can pick it up on my Wii U digitally for like $20, I think.
Yeah, that requires dusting off that Wii U that you use for fucking Netflix.
Not even anymore, even because we got the new TV and the new TV has it built in.
Oh, so what do you even use a Wii U for?
Advance Wars. That's how I played Dual Strike and 2. So yeah.
Great use for that. Very great use for that thing.
What?
Very great use for that Wii U.
And there's Star Fox Guard too. That's an actual blast. I really like that one too. Also, too late.
I'm definitely happy about like Simu being a thing because I'm like, hey, I don't need to. If I ever want to try out these games that aren't on Switch, here you go. I can do this stuff.
It's weird to play them on emulator because like, how the hell do you do gamepad stuff? At least for games that actually use it a lot.
It's actually pretty simple. You can have a separate. I mean, there's a lot of games that use like separate different control schemes, so you can use like a classic controller for a lot of games. But like for the specific ones that exclusively use the gamepad, you can have like a separate screen open for gamepad stuff.
Okay, but like, how do you play Nintendo Land with the PC? Like you're doing the asynchronous multiplayer. How does that work, huh?
Asynchronous multiplayer. Well, I mean, I think you can get net. I don't know. Simu is too early in development for netplay stuff. Eventually, yeah, it's probably gonna have stuff because Dolphin. I know Dolphin. It took a while for them to get netplay. So eventually, Simu's gonna get like online stuff.
I'm hoping for Dolphin that we get rollback on more things than just Melee. Like I understand Melee being the priority because competitive scene.
Yeah.
That much makes sense. But what about everything else? Why can't I play F-Zero GX in with rollback or Kirby Air Ride?
I don't know. I guess yeah. It's because they want the focus on Melee for that. I don't think
Star Fox Assault with rollback.
That requires people to play Assault.
Thank you. Mario Party would also be cool on with rollback, but it's not as necessary.
Yeah. So yeah, with Simu overall, it's pretty easy to do stuff. Like, the only thing I can sort of think is difficult is like motion control stuff with the gamepad exclusively. Because I know Nintendo Land, there's stuff that you have to use like the gamepad for, like with motion controls.
And the motion controls are much more accurate than a Wiimote. Like I know with the Wiimote, you're technically able to just add inputs for specific motions.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's very easy to emulate Wii remotes these days. You can use like Bluetooth and all that, and you can get yourself. Did you finish your turn actually?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah. Like you can use Bluetooth and all that for to connect the Joy-Cons with a Pro controller or whatever. Mainly the Joy-Cons for the motion controls, and it actually works really well. I think I'm gonna get fucked. So let's see.
You're welcome to surrender.
I'll try to see how far I can do this. So plus, we're having a nice little conversation.
And make like a podcast.
You know, it's not even a bad idea one day to do like a podcast or something. You know?
You probably need a bigger user base to start a podcast off of your YouTube channel, but that I'd definitely be down.
Yeah. Like you, Michael, maybe even Nick. I know. No, Xavier doesn't like being on. Doesn't like getting his voice recorded. So he's not gonna. Because I asked him if he wanted to join me for Shadow Dragon. He's like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. With like recording my voice.
Xavier.
What?
Nick or Xavier we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about Xavier. Yeah.
Yeah, we can invite Nick. Invite my friend Spiro, who also has his own channel.
You're starting to like be a bit. I'm starting to have a hard time hearing you right now.
Sorry, it's because I was sneezing.
Oh, okay. All right, ending my turn. So yeah, you know, podcast can be a cool idea. No clue when that can happen, but one day. Especially, I mean, I definitely need a better mic.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear me like constantly echoing.
Yeah, because of how it's all set up and all that. I mean, maybe by the time this stuff actually goes up, this whole thing will be outdated when it comes to like the mic thing. Who knows? I still haven't gotten back about anything back about the job yet.
Which job?
It was a job. It was like a technician thing. They said that I didn't need any like prior stuff about it. I just needed to. I think they would be willing to teach me all this stuff. I gave them an email about it, sent my CV, updated it, and haven't gotten anything back yet. It's been like 2 weeks. I know, but from what I heard, they're kind of like not really looking for people at the moment. So.
I mean, yeah, we're in the middle of the pandemic.
No, they're not looking for people at the moment.
I know. That's why they're not looking for people at the moment.
I mean, I would think at that point you would be looking for people, so like you can have more.
Oh, you'd be looking to cut costs because.
Whatever.
So you would be looking to get rid of people. It's an unfortunate reality, but it's a thing that happens. Particularly in the games industry, at least. That's mostly because the game industry is ripe with corruption because it's one of the newer industries.
Yeah.
It's like they can get away with more stuff because there's less legislation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll have to see one day, you know. It's fine, though. I mean, I'm starting school soon anyway, so I'm not going to be looking for any other jobs at the moment. But, like, I was hoping to, like, be able to work, like, in the downtime. But that plan didn't come up because, you know...
my software engineering program, I'm already getting paid internships with my job, so...
Nice. I know. I have I did have a position open for like when I want to do like my stash with Xavier's dad.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a long time ago. We talked about it back when I was like about to start it, and like Xavier's dad, he was like, "Oh, you know, I work in this field. You know, if you ever need like a place for stash, no problem." But I mean, things could be changing now because of all this. You know, I guess to censor myself because you know you can't say the word. The commie cough. I don't know if that's
kind of racist, but I understand why you'd call it that.
I mean, it's not really racist. It's the communist country.
I mean, I guess yeah, but like, it still feels a little weird.
The coof. There you go. I mean, whenever I'm around to like uploading this video, I wonder if anyone's actually going to get who I'm referencing with this because I know you're definitely not.
What?
It's like a reference. I'm making like a reference like one YouTuber I watch who like calls it, you know, this whole pandemic thing like by a lot of different names similar to this. I know you definitely don't watch him because you're not about like metal and politics on YouTube. So yeah.
This is funny sounding. I like it. Also, your turn.
Nice. Yeah, I knew I was definitely close. You know, I'll make it easy for you and just move my lander off this. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to happen. I was wondering, okay, how much of a fight can I put up? And not really much.
Years of practice and training.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I was actually playing Wargroove earlier today.
Yeah, because you were like practicing for.
Not practicing. I'm in the national tournament now.
Oh, nice.
Team Canada. I was playing my 2v2 match over here. Not sure. I don't think the replay's gone up yet, but if it has, I'll send it to you.
All right. Anyway, I'll just.
Because it was a really close match.
Okay, and my turn. So I definitely have a lot to learn when it comes to Advance Wars, but hey, that's what the other games in the series are for. Whenever I get around to that, although I don't. By the time I make it to those, I don't even know if you're gonna be around for those. But it's fine either way. I mean, like, it was nice having you for like this one.
No problem.
It's kind of like we had to scramble a bit for this one. It's already like it's already halfway through the month. If like we were able to plan it a bit better, we could have maybe even done Advance Wars 2. But I think with how long the game is, from what I've been seeing, we're already halfway through the month. We're not going to be able to finish Advance Wars 2.
We're not going to be able to finish Advance Wars 2. But I mean, we could start, but
I'm probably not going to. I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna
start to what? You said something?
Yeah, I would, but I'm probably gonna do something else. Probably just gonna do.
Yeah, I don't want to get burnt out.
Yeah, like probably do like a death match or something with Michael soon enough. We already took a significant break from it, so we're gonna try it again because of how much we failed at the Ruby and Sapphire one.
Which game are you doing next? Diamond and Pearl?
No, we're doing Black and White.
Oh.
Well, we didn't want to do Diamond and Pearl because how slow it is, and honestly, Sinnoh is kind of annoying when it's all the HM block, whole road blocks. I decided to be like, hey, Gen 5, I like this game a lot. It hasn't done me wrong in randomizers. I think I'll be fine.
I mean, it is a little odd how I get that they honestly shouldn't be rushing the Pokemon team to get a game out every year. Make it so hard for them to make the Sinnoh games, or at least announce that they're a thing.
I mean, either way, I don't really care if the Sinnoh. I'm honestly thinking they're gonna focus on like DLC stuff for the rest of the year.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but like even when it comes to news, I don't think they're gonna do like a new mainline thing. I think all the stuff for mainline is just gonna stick with Sword and Shield stuff until next year, where they're gonna announce something new because it's pretty obvious. You know, the substitute this year for like a Pokemon game is the DLC, which is honestly at least a healthier kind of style, style they can do for their game, you know.
Certainly healthier, yeah. Like I definitely like the fact that they're doing an expansion pass instead of doing an ultimate version.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about Sun and Moon.
One which has the on sale version, which has the DLC included, and that would be like in, what, 2 years after everyone's bought the DLC. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah. See, there's definitely a lot of side games they announced, which are like all these other companies that are working on it, which is definitely better than having
the mobile games, which most people don't care about.
I mean,
Pokemon Go is always cool because that's the one.
Pokemon Go is still going, so of course they're gonna still invest in that.
Go, I know, is the thing that
Unite. I in principle, I can't support it.
Because of Tencent. Yeah,
yes.
I know.
That's one thing I was definitely like, okay, Pokemon. That's something I can't support you on.
I like a lot. But the problem is Tencent.
Yeah.
They're just very untrustworthy.
Well, I mean, yeah, untrustworthy is kind of underselling it, but I mean, yeah.
Ben, it's your turn. It's been your turn for a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to lose this, so I'll put up at least somewhat of a fight right here. Can kill on your battle copters at the very least, and then there you go, kill this mech, and then I'm just pretty much just ending my turn. Yeah, you win right here.
Hippity clop. Wait, no. Hippity hoppity, your property is mine.
There we go.
Yeah, I get a little metal next to my face, and you're blacked out. Haha.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an hour long. We talked about a lot of things.
Podcast episode.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah, because we talked about all sorts of shit. We're barely talking about the gameplay.
I mean, if anything, this is practice for Let's Play, because, like, at least for the Let's Players I watch, most of the time you want to be talking about stuff semi-related or not related at all to the game you're playing.
Yeah,
well, you're going on through the game.
Was
so
it's kind of
good to do practice in learning about stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I've had to learn to run my mouth through all kinds of speeches and such.
Yeah.
Coming up with stories on the fly to impress the children as part of my job as a daycare monitor, or just flipping through an oral presentation that I forgot to practice.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just really hope I don't somehow have an oral presentation in software engineering, because that sounds like very complicated stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know with the classes I had to do, there was oral presentations sometimes.
Really? How?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean, for some of the things, like for example, when we're doing stuff for help desk, we have to like reenact. We have to like make up our own scenario, like a question a customer would ask, and we have to reenact it. Go through all the different, like potential things that could be happening. You know, is your PC on? Is everything plugged in? You know, legit. That's what they tell you. That's the first thing they ask you, because there's a lot of dumbasses that call.
You should never understand the computer unsavviness of an old boomer.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people that call, a lot of people that end up calling these kind of places for like technical help, they're not all too tech savvy, and
it's fine to be not tech savvy.
There's definitely some people that are a bit like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that was a fun little Let's Play. I guess sorry about not being able to finish Rivals as of now. Maybe one day, maybe they'll do like a live.
I literally have not played Advance Wars 1 before we did this Let's Play.
Yeah.
So if anything, if either of us is gonna beat it, it's going to be me.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a live stream and I stream your gameplay of you trying to play it on an advanced campaign.
No.
Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play here. This is going to be uploaded way later than normally. This is
just in case.
Yeah, because like we're kind of getting busy at this point, and like probably by the time I get to Advance, like when I was originally planning Advance Wars, he'd be too busy. So yeah, I decided to pre-record this well ahead of time. But you know, maybe by that point, you know, there's gonna be stuff that's outdated, like my mic, for example. Hopefully. But I guess I'll give a warning if that happens. Well, anyway, that was fun. You know, it's been Mudlink for this Let's Play.
And Daniel, have a nice day, everyone.
Yeah, see you guys next time.
Goodbye.